What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Trucking and Common Sense, man. A lot of these brokers that play games with y'all. A lot of y'all don't know what loads to book and how to book your loads. You know, just remember, it's your man Batman telling you that we have the power in trucking, and a lot of y'all don't use common sense, whether it's in trucking or maybe everyday life, man. So it's common sense. But the thing that I wanted to bring to light today to y'all today. I'm on the load board this morning booking a load, right? And I booked the identical load, and this right here came up. I booked this load last week, and this load is the identical load. So I think I'm gonna start dealing with this broker right here. They seem to have these loads coming out of let me show you all the load board a little bit, man. It's coming out of Tuscaloosa. It's going to Welford, South Carolina. For those of y'all who cannot visualize, oh, and by the way, while we over here on this screen, look at the rate right here at the bottom that they're offering, and they might go up $100 more. So right there is saying 600 miles, right? The thing about it is, this is for the bullshit that these brokers fool y'all with this. I don't know who started this dumbass math, and y'all just keep on kicking the can down the road. $2 a mile, $2 a mile. So from Tuscaloosa, Alabama to Welford, South Carolina, the actual mileage is roughly 370 miles. And you know what? And the reason why I say 370, does it say on the yeah, it says it right here. It says 370 miles. Okay? And I'm gonna pull it up on my PC Miler program in a minute. But anyway, this is you see where my mouse is at with this big red thing? This is Tuscaloosa, Alabama. So I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. All right? So the other day, this is Birmingham area right here. My truck was in Calera, Alabama, where you see my pen mark is right here. So from here to here is 75 miles. It was on a Friday. So again, when you're dispatching, you have to consider certain variables. It's on a Friday. We're in a Bible Belt. Things are going to get ugly in a minute if I don't get a load from my truck. So, again, when you have options, you have strength. When you don't have options, you're weak. When you're weak, somebody could give you bullshit and you're going to eat it. When you have options, you could pass. You could pass on it because you have other options. So that's one of the keys in life, man, as far as whether you're a young man or young woman. Always give yourself options in life, man. And that's another day for another story, but that same options give you opportunity. Options give you strength. That you can apply that to any facet of life. So again, let me zoom back in, right? So we saw what they was offering right here on this load right here from Tuscaloosa to Welford, South Carolina. So those of you who don't know where Welford, South Carolina is, it's pretty much Spartanburg, South Carolina. So normally when I dispatch my trucks and stuff, right? Let me zoom back in for a second. Zoom back in. Damn, I'm getting the mouse mixed up. So those of you who know the map a little bit, if this is Tuscaloosa, then this right here is Birmingham. So when my trucks is in Birmingham, the market rate, whatever, I normally do about 5 or 6 coming back from Birmingham back to Atlanta. And then from Atlanta now, when I send my trucks up to South Carolina, I'm getting at least 6 either way. Atlanta to Spartanburg back to Atlanta. Sometimes you got to give a little to get, to get a little. So if I'm doing 5.5 from Birmingham right here to Atlanta, now the people had this load right here in Tuscaloosa. So I'm about 60. I was 60 miles away from. So I went ahead again because it's normally I try to cut down on my deadhead as much as possible because brokers don't give a damn about your deadhead. So I'm booking this load right here. I was able to get 1,100 for this whole trip right here. And it's the same 370 miles, but they was offering you 370 and they're trying to offer you 600 because again, they know you're going to fall for that stupid bullshit, that $2 a mile or anything close to $2 a mile, you're making money. How does that make sense? They're playing you. Like I said in one of my videos, brokers know what you guys are going to accept and they're playing on your dumbness. They know. So why in the world would I get, if I'm used to getting 5 or 6 from Tuscaloosa, the Birmingham area, back to Atlanta, why would I go the whole distance all the way to Spartanburg for the same 600 when I'm used to getting Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, right here to Atlanta. I could get 600. So I was able to finesse this broker. Again, and it ain't rocket science. You see, this is, I choose to make a video about this one because it's in a straight line. You ain't got to go zigzag. This is just common sense that you have to put in there. I was able to get 1,100. I could have got 1,200 on that, right? But if I ever book this load again, which I probably will because my trucks are always in the Birmingham area, and I will call them back again. Again, it's all about consistency. All you guys rate chasing all over the place and stuff. This is how you lose money. You're running here, you're running to Florida for $1,300, and you're deadheading back up empty. Nah, that's dumb, son. You actually went to Florida for 600 because you're bringing your truck back up empty. This is how you make money in trucking, in the trucking business. You have to have the ping pong effect. If you hit it to the left with a load, you got to hit it back to the right with a load. You hit it to the left, loaded. You hit it back to the right, loaded. Be consistent. Know how to run and operate your trucks. But some of you guys don't understand that because you're rate chasing. You see money over here in Nashville. You're going to run over here to Birmingham. You run over here. Then you're going to run to Kentucky. Then you're going to run to Missouri. Then you're doing all this stupid shit. And this is how you all get played. So you dispatchers out there, I'm giving you a page out of my book of success. When it comes to dispatching, when it comes to operating more trucks, ain't nobody better than your man Batman. So, and some of y'all said, well, how in the hell were you able to get that? Right?
I'm about to go to lunch. Curtis, I'll be right back.
Hold on, I'm about to fire my employee for telling me she about to go to lunch, and she didn't even ask the boss to go to lunch. Okay? Let me pause for a second. Let me address this because she might be looking for a job. Hold on. Okay, yeah. So, Lex, exactly. You see what they was offering you? And some of y'all are taking that bullshit ass rate. Right, Tuscaloosa to Welford, and some of y'all was like typical ninjas in whether you're a white ninja, you're a black ninja, you're a purple ninja, you're a Spanish ninja, you're all a bunch of ninjas and stuff because the typical one of y'all. So I'm in this video, I'm actually going to show you my rate confirmation. What does that say? Yeah, I erased my company name. You don't need to see my company name. I erased the name of the broker. You don't need to see all of that because some of y'all don't know how to hustle and keep your mouth shut. So therefore, right, you're going to see this bill of lading. Let me see. We picked it up in Tuscaloosa, right? And we delivered it in Welford, South Carolina. And some of y'all, oh, well, they was offering 600. You see what I was able to get for that load right there? 11, my man. 1,100. My lady, my man, 11. Why this is how you make money in trucking, okay? This is just one page. This is not me bragging about this. I'm just trying to show you there's no way that I would have taken this load from Tuscaloosa all the way to Welford, South Carolina, which is basically Spartanburg, for no $600, all because it's 370 miles. There is no fucking way. So some of y'all, if you don't know the business of trucking, stay in your lane. Learn the business of trucking before you go running out here and get an MC number. Oh, yo, I'm gonna get an MC number, man. You know, I could do it. I could sit on the computer, man. No, first of all, a lot of y'all mumble. You don't know how to sell yourself. There's a difference in selling yourself and being a sellout. So get the verbiage right. Okay? Some of y'all out here are running cheap ass freight and you're setting the wrong precedents. I'm showing you what's possible. I'm not showing you to gloat on you. I'm just showing you what's possible. Okay? You run your truck from Birmingham to in a straight line. This is 20 right here to Atlanta, and you get on 85 up here. Whether my truck this morning, look, I booked this same truck right here. He picked up in Tuscaloosa, right outside Birmingham. You give a little, take a little, you give a little on the deadhead miles. There's no load that's going to be always across the street from where you just delivered at. Okay. So, but at the same time, even with that said, in a part of your negotiating where it's not really important whether you bring it to the table or not, how much miles deadhead, a broker going to tell you, I don't give a damn about your deadhead. Your deadhead miles does not mean anything to the broker, but in what you're asking for. Again, some of y'all want to tell them, oh, well, I got a deadhead in my truck, 20 miles or 100 miles. It does not matter. Stop looking for the sympathy cushion. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Dumbass Truck Driver. I'm sorry, Mr. Dumbass Dispatcher. that you have to deadhead your truck 60 miles, that's your problem. That's not none of mine. But at the end of the day, who cares? So stop bringing that into your conversation. What you're bringing to your conversation is your firmness on your rate. Hey, my truck is in Birmingham, or my truck is in Calera, Alabama, or my truck is in Bessemer, Alabama. Hey, I see you have a load in Tuscaloosa. Oh, and it's going to Spartanburg. Well, this is what I see you offering 600. Nah, that's not going to fly with me. Okay, this is where you get on the verbiage of having that power. When we as carriers, we have the power, but a lot of us don't even know it. If you don't haul that freight for $600 and I don't haul it for $600, then what's going to happen? You have to happen to the rate. Stop thinking that Uncle Trump is going to make the trucking go up, the rates go up because, Uncle Trump is in office. America is built on capitalism, okay? If you're going to run that freight for cheap, then they're going to give it to you for cheap. What you think? They're going to come back and show you the rate confirmation 48 hours after? Because this is what y'all dumbasses are thinking. Hey, the broker said they're going to show us transformation after we deliver the load 48 hours. And if there's a discrepancy, well, guess what? Let's say for the sake of numbers that you booked this load for 600 and 48 hours you think, wait a minute, man, how did Batman get that load for 1100, right? Again, because you don't know how to keep your mouth shut, so you're going to drop my name thinking my name need to give you leverage. My name just shows you the big discrepancy between you and me. I could get it for 11, you doing it for 6. Keep your mouth shut. Know the business of trucking. Know your math. This is your best friend right here. You see this? A Casio calculator or Canon calculator, bro. This is your best friend. Not Jimbo, not Leroy, not Stevie, not Michelle with a fat booty. Okay? She don't need to be your best friend because she probably doing the same dumb math as well, right? So again, in trucking, it's all about your numbers. Your calculator. This who needs to be your best friend. Your calculator right here. Numbers. Numbers don't lie. So you go drop in my name. Oh no, I was talking about it. The what you call it? The broker transparency. That's what I was talking about. So you go drop in my name, thinking that you're going to get my rate. You can't get my rate. You don't have my selling tactics. You don't have my selling proficiency. You don't have the strength that I have in my vocabulary that when I dispatch my trucks. So again, they was trying to give you 600 to go from here to here. And some of y'all dumb enough. You're like, well, 2 times 3 is 6. So if it's 300 miles, I'm getting $2 a mile. Wow. That's why brokers say they know what you guys are comfortable with. This is the bullshit that a broker told me one time. He said, well, because we offer those rates because we know what truckers are going to take. It's pretty much as if truckers and dispatchers are afraid to make money. A lot of y'all don't know what it's like to make any money. Because $2 a mile, that's some bullshit came out when I was a kid in high school. I always make a stupid reference and stuff. There was this show called BJ and the Bear. I was on NBC when I was a kid, when diesel was 50 cents a gallon. That's when $2 a mile made sense. How could $2 a mile make sense when your insurance and every other thing, the operating cost of your truck is up? And how are you going to let these people that's selling these dispatch programs sell you a dispatch program, but they don't know the operating cost of your truck? That's dumb. That is real freaking dumb. Sometimes I make a joke and say the next time you're at a red light and there's a bus stop to your right hand side, and a person at the bus stop is telling you how to drive your car, but you in your car now, they're waiting on the 46. They're waiting on the number 5 to take to the train station, or however the bus system in your city works. They're waiting on the number 5. They're waiting on the 46, but they're going to tell you how to drive your car. But they dumbasses at the bus stop. No, hold on. They're smart. They're telling you how to drive your car, but your dumb ass is going to take advice from them. Make it make sense, people. Stop the bullshit about $2 a mile. This is Wellford, South Carolina right here. Spartanburg, South Carolina. From here to here, you're looking at 370 miles. I didn't even put my PC mile on. You know what? Look. I'm going to go to my other screen right here. Okay. This, for some of y'all who don't know what a PC Miler program looks like. This is a PC Miler program right here. So some of y'all just hear the terminology PC mile, right? So what you do and stuff, you put the zip code in here. You put the zip code for where the load is picking up at. I'm gonna show you how this works. 354. 354, that's the zip code. 01. Right? You hit run. Boom. Right. You see Tuscaloosa, Alabama right here? Let me adjust this a little bit. Let me adjust it right here, man. Yeah, you're right. I'm not no professional cameraman, brother. I got my little stand right here. So it's Tuscaloosa, Alabama. You see, you put the zip code in, right? Then you come back to this side right here, and you put the zip code to where you're going. Where we going? Welford, South Carolina. The zip code is 29385. You see? Do you see my mouse right here? 29385. Then you hit this button right here. You hit run. Oh, this right here shows you a map. Let me X back out of this. Boom. So you hit run and you hit enter. So now you see you got Tuscaloosa, Alabama to Welford, South Carolina. You see this right here? Welford, like I said, is pretty much Spartanburg, right? So you hit run. And it shows you it's 370 miles. Right? You see 370 miles? Okay, so there wasn't line over here. It's 370 miles. Now we're going to go to this tab right here and you're going to hit the map. So it's going to show you Tuscaloosa, Alabama right here. The same thing that it showed you on the other map. Tuscaloosa, Alabama right here. It says Birmingham. So you're on 20, you're at Birmingham. You're right outside Birmingham, Tuscaloosa. And you come across on 20, you come to Atlanta. You come to Atlanta right here. See, this is Birmingham. You come to Atlanta right here. Now you go up the road up here to Welford, South Carolina, right? So this is where you shrink it at. Let me shrink this one. Boom. Let me shrink it a little bit. Okay, so I wouldn't have to be doing the handshake and stuff like I got the jitters and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So you got Tuscaloosa right here, Atlanta right here, Spartanburg right here. Like I said, when my trucks, I bounce my trucks, and again, short miles, efficiency. That's how you run your trucks efficiently, right? All this rate chasing, all bouncing all over the place and stuff, you know. So y'all see a money sign over there, you bounce it over here, you get lost by the time you make 2 turns. You don't know how the hell to get back where you're going at. You got fuel prices all over the place. You got inconsistencies. You got mountains and hills. You're braking, you're burning tires. I mean, you're burning brakes, you're burning tires, you're burning all different up and down prices on fuel. You have to be consistent to be successful in trucking. You have to know the layout of the land. And that's what I was about to get onto the subject just now. How could someone in a fucking tiki hut, not even a tiki hut, in a grass hut in Istanbul with Wi-Fi is going to call you and tell you, hey, let me dispatch your truck for you, Mr. American. You have trucks? And some of them, I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to make too much fun of how they speak. We all speak with different accents and everything. But this is how they come across sometimes. I get dispatch calls a lot of times, and a lot of them, of course, and stuff. Some of y'all, do y'all know what a Magic Jack is? A Magic Jack is a device that you can hook up to your computer and get you an American phone number. So they could be in Turkey right now. They could be in Zimbabwe right now. And they're calling you on a Magic Jack that says 770-404 Atlanta. So it shows up in your call ID, gives you the warm and fuzzy. There's a number that's calling you from right here in the United States. So they're calling you from that and making you think, yeah, I'm in Atlanta. So they could easily tell you that they're in Atlanta because they get the number. They pick and choose the number that they want when it comes to a Magic Jack. Yeah, that's what a lot of y'all don't know. And a lot of y'all not familiar with the voice over IP either. So yeah, you hook your phone system up to your computer. As long as you have Wi-Fi, you can get a set number, and people will call you on it. Like for example, my landline right here, this right here, it's a voice over IP, right? This is one of my office phones right here. That's a voice over IP. And you can say, what is voice over IP? It's hooked up to my computer. Now, do I also have a set number for it? Yes, I have a set number for it. So you can call me on my landline, right? But when I call out, you might see a different number, but I'll give you a different number for when you call me, and it was going to ring in front of me again because, I sublease from the company where my office suite is at. So that's their phone, that's their Wi-Fi, whatever, and all the other technical stuff. Again, but there's so many tricks that brokers use to trick y'all with, right? And some of y'all dispatchers who are not familiar with that, they trick you, right? And they give you the warm and fuzzy. And they're going to tell me that they know the layout of America so great that they could be a dispatch company for me. How in the hell could that happen? Where they do that at? Riddle me that, Batman. You're going to entrust someone to dispatch for you, all because they could play with you on some numbers and say, hey, I only take 2%. Mr. Batman over here, he charges you 5%. Well, guess what? Of course, the resounding factor is the fact that remains is if you don't make money, that 2% is no money, or that 2% does not increase. But look at their exchange rate. So that 2% or that 5%, whatever low number it might be suffice to them, because they're getting money off of you, and they have no expense except the Wi-Fi. They get a laptop, hook it up to the Wi-Fi, and boom, right? You get 10 stupid drivers or 10 little carriers that figure you could get people to dispatch your truck for you, but they don't know the operating costs of your trucks. How is that going to happen? How are you going to tell me that you're going to get me a good load and you don't know the operating costs of my truck? What's your definition of a good load? Okay, I think I just jumped over into another one of my videos, exposing those so-called dispatchers or what have you and stuff. But let me lay off of that subject, and I'm gonna make a video for that another time. But anyway, we was talking about these brokers, how they play y'all. If I get 500 or 600 from here to here, why would I go from here to all the way from here for the same amount of money? I would rather half it. I would go from here, right here, come to Atlanta, drop that load off for $500 or $600, go from Atlanta up to Welford for another $600. Look, I just traveled the same distance. So that's why that was my mindset when I was able to get my same load. My same load that they ended up paying me $1,100 to go the same 370 miles. Okay? So again, this is not a show-off thing. This is me telling you, keep your numbers up, my man, because if you go and you do that cheap-ass load for $600, and I'm showing you what's possible, that we can get it for 11 and 12, then you fucking yourself, but you also fucking me tomorrow. Or for some of y'all who think that some of my language might be a little bit too harsh, you're messing yourself up, and you're messing me up tomorrow. You're setting the wrong precedence in trucking, people. Stop running cheap-ass freight. We as carriers, we as dispatchers, we have the power, because if Batman doesn't pull it, then you, Ricky, or you, Michelle, or you, Mary, don't pull it. Guess what? Our numbers, that rate that they're going to offer you, right? That rate that they're going to offer you, this number right here, this number of 600 is going to go up. And if nobody holds it, it's going to go up. If nobody pulls it, it's going to go up. Right? Let's do 4 1/4 a mile. If at 370 miles a trip, and how I put in my some of my videos, I think our drive-in rate should be every bit 370 miles multiply that by 4.25. That should be $1,500 right there. But anyway, that's the end of my video. We holler back at you.